Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Today I'm coming with the breaking news. So obviously before we start, if you like our video and our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one of getting all the insight. So what is the breaking news? Obviously the Minister of Home Affairs, Miss Karen Andrews, was on the media just I think couple hours ago this morning in Australia, and it's about announcing for more skilled migrants and international students to actually come to Australia. Let's check it out. It's huge. Let's have a look. And obviously if you have followed my channel long enough, you will notice that the due to pandemic and also the economic downturn and inflation and all that, Australia will and is looks like gonna use immigration policy to boost its economics. So it's obviously a good timing, a good window of timing. If you really like to migrate to Australia, this is the time. In the next 3 to 5 years or perhaps 10 years will be the best time for migrating to Australia, and it's coming out more with more news. So the title of this news actually says border rules relax for international student visa holder from and traveler from Japan and South Korea. So obviously there's going to be more and more opening up for more people. You could actually Google this and have a click on the watch that 2-minute video there, but I would like to go through with the content itself with more explanations here. So fully vaccinated international student eligible visa holders, travelers from Japan, South Korea will be welcome back from next week. Wow, they are looking into shortening the timing. So if you really like to come, and I noticed there has been a first flight from India with full load of the international student landed in Australia over the weekend, or probably Friday last week. Anyway, Prime Minister Scott Morrison said eligible visa holders, well, what other eligible visa holder? I think that's, first of all, is international student for sure, and all the other work-related visas, so skilled migrants, for example, 482, 485, and all the other skilled migrants will be able to, a temporary visa holder will be able to travel. But make sure you have that vaccination done before you travel as well. So if you do not know the procedures, check out my video previously talking about the international certificate of vaccination, whatever it is, so you don't get into that trouble of quarantine things. Okay, beginning of December, which is going to be next week, needing to apply travel exemptions without needing to apply travel exemption. That is great. The return of skilled workers and students to Australia. So this is quote, that's basically what the government has announced and said. The return of skilled workers and students to Australia is a major milestone in our pathway back. It's a major milestone about Australia's being able to achieve, enable us to do so. It's actually very good because Australia has actually done a very good job to get the population vaccinated in very short period of time. They only took about 2 or 3 or 4 months. And rest of the world is, well, still struggling. You've noticed that the Europe is coming back to become an epicenter of the virus pandemic. But anyway, the Minister Karen Andrews said that welcome travelers from those countries will further help tourism industry recover. So it looks like even the travel visa will be open very soon. These changes are crucial, important. Australia will go through reopening phase. So if you follow my channel enough, we were at phase C. So the reopening phase should be phase D. That's the final phase that will open up all the border to allow everybody to come back. So as I had predicted, international students should all be arriving back to Australia start from December and all the way up to March, because that's where the commencement of the semester starts. So we're working a figure of 200,000. Wow. So the migration, the 2 million goal, I think it's set. And that's what the government is looking for to do. So I think this is the most important and shocking news, or not shocking, but breaking, exciting should be, exciting news that I've read about this this news article. So we are working on a figure of 200,000. It may well be more than but it may well be more. Okay, so that the Minister of Home Affairs even said that they probably will be more than 200,000. Now, bear in mind, in the past 2 or 3 years, the quota was set at 160,000, dropped from 190,000. Now we are talking about getting in a historical high number, which will mean for skilled migrants, EOI points will be dropped, and all these regional 491 and 191 and 189 will be increased in a significant amount, which is very good. Okay. But we're actively looking into bringing as many people into Australia as soon as possible. So again, the subtitle here, around 200,000 places in total will be available, but government said it could be more. So that's very, very exciting. So now migration rates fell sharply. So that's if you follow my channel enough, you know, and everybody will know, it's physically, you can actually see international students not arriving. A lot of business has been affected. Now, almost 2 years, many industry report shortage of workers, project including big public infrastructures works at risk. And what about the traffic jam in CBD of Sydney and Melbourne? I think they probably don't want to mention that anymore, because this is the government that says there were too many migrants back in 2018. Remember, I've done that video too. Anyhow, it's good. They know, they now understand, and they face the problem, and they are looking to solve the problem. So it's good for all the migrants. The migrant intake will expand around 200,000 places a year from December 1. Well, that means from next week. Wow, okay, well, good, including those refugee visas. But it's not clear how many spots in there. Currently, there are 79,600 places skilled visa category, 13,750 in the humanitarian program. Now, people from Hong Kong probably will ask if Hong Kong will be open up for that one. I think will be very soon, but see how that goes. International student back at uni. So vaccinated international student with valid visa will no longer need the exemptions to travel to Australia, but they were subject to quarantine arrangements. So if you're not too sure about that one, I've actually done a video on that. So make sure you get your 2 doses done, or not doses, vaccination, jabs, whatever it is. So in the country where you're at, or where you have actually got those vaccine with a certificate, so you can actually present that at the airport. In jurisdiction with quarantine-free travel, internationals will not count towards passenger caps. Okay, so meaning that they want as many international back as possible. Finance Minister Simon Birmingham said that international will be back at university early next year. That is exactly what I have predicted. So we will encourage them to make their plan. So if you have already enrolled with the university, you probably will have already received, or school, whatever the institution, they probably had already emailed you the instructions, and you need to complete some sort of form application or expression of interest, and they will arrange you to actually travel to Singapore, take a particular plane, and back to where you should be. The government will not confirm how soon the visa holder will be allowed back to Australia, but I think that will be very soon. So this is good news. As with the returning international Australian citizen permanent resident, you've got Victoria and New South Wales have been playing leading. So I think Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, and Northern Territory for sure, and Tasmania will be opening it soon. Other states will spell out different criteria, but I think we'll be pretty similar. Obviously, we want them to get to high vaccination rate, and the Treasurer Josh Frydenberg told Sky News more migration will accelerate economy recovery. So that's another key things I want to talk to you about, because again, with my channel, I've looking back into the history. Every time Australia had major economic downturn, migration policy play a very important role, and it's an opportunity as well. Both skilled worker international will play a central role. Again, that's like repeating what I have said and repeating what I have predicted. International worth 40 billion and blah blah blah. So it's all good. I think this news is actually very welcoming, and that's another reason that I wanted to make these breaking news announcements and start from next week. I think a lot of things will open up, so make sure you check with your travel agencies, visas, vaccination, all that, and get ready for the exciting 2022 and the migration policies coming up soon. Anyway, should you have more question or query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.